is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. And today we got a little mail call, and this is a special mail call because this is a package I was expecting. It is the casting that I bid on in Nostalgic's Ukraine fundraising auction. And so those of you guys that weren't tuned in or know what happened, it's probably been about a month ago or so. NAZ was doing one of his first auctions to raise money for first responders in Ukraine. And I got onto the auction and wanted to support. And it also benefits me because I'm able to grab a casting that had been hard for me to find, but in a way, I was really glad to do this because it was a chance for me to actually give towards a cause that I believe in. And so just super awesome all the way around. If you weren't there, I'll let you see what I actually purchased through the auction. This is a casting that I was after for quite a while, could not find on pegs because of the rarity of these things. And now that they are no longer being made in the main line, this should give you a hint to what this is. It was even more important for me to grab this casting from NAZ during the auction. So I'm so glad that he had this available in his auction. And so here we go. Now I did crack it open right here. I haven't taken the contents out yet, but I know it's a little hard to open these boxes. So let's take a look and see what we've got inside the box. What is in the box? And it's nicely wrapped and bubble wrapped, as everything that NAZ ever sends out always is. Oh, look at this guy, man. Okay, so first off, I was only expecting there to be the one casting coming in here because it's what I got through the auction. And so in NAZ form, he's included a couple more things in the box. So let's take a look and see what we've got in here. Oh man, look at this. All right, let me get this out of the package. I'm gonna one-hand this Mustang Hunter style and see if we can get this out of there. Oh, what a beauty. I do not have this casting, and it is this beautiful Honda Civic. He knows I am Super JDM diecast, so of course he's always trying to include something JDM in the packages that he sends. This thing is absolutely gorgeous, man. That's like a really deep brown metal flake, almost. Yeah, it's a metal flake brown. It's really, really nice. Let's see what this is out of. Oh, this is out of those ones where they actually, you could indicate what the interior was going to be like based on the bottom. And so you can see that it's a chrome interior based on the bottom. But this one, see, Honda Civic SI. This would have been a mainline casting. It was made in Malaysia. I don't see a year on this one. I'm thinking this one was probably from the early 2000s. It's definitely an early 2000s, probably 2007 Honda Civic. I was never a real big fan of this body style of Civic. I think the designers at Honda really were reaching with this style. They made it look too much like other cars on the market. And that's just not what the Civic has always strived to do. I do really love the new hatchbacks that have come out, especially the Type R, but it is still a Civic, so it's definitely gonna have a little bit of space. It'll go right up here inside my loose collection, where I've got most of my loose castings. This whole first row is gonna be my JDMs, and it continues up top here. But I always find a place for my loose castings, especially when it's JDM castings, and so we'll get that one up there. All right, let's set this one off to the side down here. And all right, next up, oh, look at this beauty. Now this is rare. Awesome, check that out. It's the Joey Logano 2018 Custom Ford Mustang GT. Now, what's rare about this, other than the fact that he just threw a red edition in the box? Wow, NAZ. NAZ doesn't give up his Mustangs very easily. And so if you know NAZ, you know that there's two castings that he absolutely loves, and it is the Ford Mustang and the Datsun 510. And so to get one of these from him is super awesome. The fact that he threw yet another red edition. This is probably the third or fourth red edition he's just randomly put in a package to me. And I definitely do not have this one. I have a fairly good sized collection of Mustangs. This is definitely not one I have. And so I really appreciate this. Thank you so much for this, NAZ. This is super, super cool. And it's even more special, the fact that it's a Joey Logano. And it's in this awesome, really like a pearlescent red, metallic red. But it's got all of that Hot Wheels livery all over it. The number 22, of course, there on the side. And special shout out to the Mustang hunter. He rocks the number 22 on his own Mustang Ruby because he's a big fan of Joey Logano. So if you've seen Ruby, she's set up to look a lot like the Joey Logano Mustang. But wow. All right, now what I was waiting for. This is the goods. This is what I actually got through the auction. All right, let's get this out of the way. Check this out, guys. It is from the 2021 mainline series, but of course it is the Hot Wheels ID, and it is the final ID of the year. It is the Pagani Huayra. And what I love about this is every time you see Hot Wheels using this Spectra Fling Gold, it's a home run. And also, this is out of the factory sealed set, so not only is it hard to find on the pegs this way, but it makes it a little more special that it is a factory sealed, meaning it came out of one of Mattel's factory sealed sets, and that just adds a little more rarity to this. So it was definitely one that I was coveting. I know that this came out of NAZ's personal collection. This is probably not one he wanted to give up. But as I said at the beginning, this was for a very, very good cause. And wow, so my hand's shaking a little bit. This is just an awesome casting, awesome color, and came from an awesome dude. So hope you guys are taking all of that in. I'm trying to get the best light on it that I can. But if you haven't seen one of these in person, the camera, it just doesn't do it justice. You've got to see one of these up close and in person and just take in all of its awesomeness. All right, as a little side note, I was at Frank & Son. Those of you guys that saw my previous video at Frank & Son, I did a very quick stop in. We weren't there very long and it was really busy, so I didn't shoot, but I did find a couple of castings that I thought I would show you. And the first one that I found, wasn't one I thought I would like until I saw it in hand, and this is probably a rabbit hole I'm going to go down, but it's out of the 1998 first editions, and it is this beautiful Ford Escort Rally, and it's number 1 of 44 in this series. It's collector number 637, but look at the setup on this car. That is absolutely awesome. I feel like with this one, they really did a nice base pearl white on here, but by adding all of the livery and just the side decos that they put onto this car and the color scheme, this just works for me. And so I picked it up, I sat it down, I picked it up, I sat it down, I looked at it from all different angles. I was like, you know what, I'm grabbing this car, and I'm so glad that I did. It's always nice when you're able to find these first editions, especially in this condition. And what was even better about this first edition was this was only $1. Now, you're probably saying, yeah, I find dollar cars all the time. Well, when you go to Frank & Son's, it's a very difficult task to find any Hot Wheel that's $1, especially a first edition. But the booth that I went to, the Collectors and Older Gentleman, he has a very large setup, and he had a bin of all first editions, and they were all marked at $1. So I saw this one and I grabbed it. All right, and then the other thing I did pick up, it was a very small haul from Frank & Son's. It is this beauty right here, and this is the 2018 Civic Type R. And I just mentioned how I really like this body style as opposed to this one that NAZ sent. This, like I said, it just wasn't the type of car that I could see being, you know, the traditional JDM import that I was used to seeing. And so when this body style came out from Honda, was not a fan. But in contrast, when you put it next to this, you can see that they started to really make some changes when they moved into this newer body style with the Civic. And I think this is a really good throwback to some of the earlier Civic Type Rs and Civic SIs that came out in the early 2000s and the late 90s. And so it's kind of a meshing of a new style and an old style. But they're both Hondas. I'm not going to hate on any Honda. And so just super glad that I was able to find this one. And again, super glad that NAZ sent me this one because it's definitely one I did not have. But that's it. Down and dirty, guys. Just a really quick one. Wanted to let you know that I got my auction item from NAZ, and it was an absolute home run. And hoping that I can support him in some future auctions. If you guys don't know, he just held an auction this last Saturday, and there will be another auction coming up in roughly about a week and a half. So make sure you guys tune into that. Help the cause. There's probably going to be some great stuff. I'm going to be sending some stuff out to NAZ. You're not going to want to miss the things I'm sending out because I'm going to send some heavy hitters. So stay tuned for that. I think I'm going to be possibly doing a guest spot in the auction. So hopefully you guys will be able to check it out and get in there and raise some more money for Ukraine. But that's it for me, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until the next one, this is Super JDM Diecast, and I'm out.